This is one of the biggest silent killers of high performing men, and people are not talking about it enough, and that is nervous system burnout. Now, I've gone through this several times, and it's only been recently that I've understood the connection between all this stuff, because a lot of guys that are going through nervous system burnout will think they're having a mental health collapse because they'll have things like depression, anxiety, panic attacks, insomnia, when in reality, their nervous system is just burnt out from high performance and pushing themselves constantly. Back in 2022, I went from literally being at my most elite, placing very high in classic physique nationally in bodybuilding, to being in the hospital from panic attacks. There was only 3 months between these pictures. At that time, I didn't just push my body to its limit. I also was pushing myself in business. I was pushing myself with music. I was pushing myself with a lot of different stuff. And my body eventually said, that's enough. That's it. We're done. We have to take a break. That's what nervous system burnout is. Just 6 months, I went from that physique on the left to the physique on the right. And it's not just because I was a bodybuilder. This is because, like I said, I was pushing myself in every area of my life. I wasn't giving myself enough rest. I was constantly on go mode, and it burned me out, and my body forced me to take that rest. And here's the craziest thing. My body was always resembling where I was during that process, right? The physique on the left is the worst it ever got. That's the worst I was mentally. That's the worst I felt about myself. I just was not in a good place in life. And on the right there, that's exactly a year and a half after I went through that. And that's when I was able to rebuild myself. And the way my physique looked on the outside there is how I was feeling internally when I actually went and re-healed my nervous system and re-healed my stress response. I want you to understand, if you're going through this right now, or you've been through something like this, it's not just in your head. This is a real physiological thing. Your adrenals and how they respond to stress, your HPA axis in general, it is all sensitive, and it all can be weakened through its stress response if you're constantly pushing yourself over the limit. If you're a man that's experiencing something like this and you're feeling lost, shoot me a message. I'm always here to help.